Hello everyone. Again, we're going to go over the 8 postures, the Shaolin postures that match the elements of the I-Ching, right? And so the last video it kind of cut off my feet, so we'll try to get myself in the picture, the whole way. So the first one, I usually start with earth, and so that's Mabu, or horse stance. And so we're a little wider than the shoulders. The feet actually point out just a hair. And with the arms, it's the breathing in and then breathing out as it settles. And so with earth, it's this feeling of energy moving downward. Okay, the next stance is fire. And so it's a narrow stance, 45-degree angle with one foot. Legs are just slightly bent, but it's more of an upward stance, right? So we have, with the arms, one arm down, one arm up. So again, same arm upward, that's the leg that's forward. And so that's fire. And so that is the idea of a narrow base with the flame and the heat flowing upward, spiraling upward. Okay, that's fire. And then we have thunder. Now thunder is this idea of the energy coming up from the ground and flowing through the body. So this is what they call bow stance in Kung Fu, or archer stance, Gong Bu, right? So with thunder, it can be this double arm kind of movement, like I call it a shield projection, boom, right? Or it can be just both arms shooting forward. You can also be one arm shooting forward, one shooting back, right? And so this arm shooting back actually gives leverage for the arm moving forward. Now, with this stance, we don't want the knee to go too far forward. It puts too much strain on the knee. So we want to keep that straight, back leg straight, and it's about a 70-30 weight distribution. Okay, so that's thunder. And then we have kind of the reverse of thunder, and then that is falling water, or chasm. And so what that is, say somebody grabs your arms, it's pulling and dropping. Okay, so that's the energy with the breath in, and then with the breath out, down. Okay, and that one again is like a 70-30. So it's like Gong Bu, but the knee is actually kind of more sideways than forward, and we're kind of dropping, a feeling of dropping. So that's chasm, or falling water. Okay, and then we have mountain. And mountain is like Mabu, or horse stance, but one leg is going forward and the other one's to the side. So it's a 60-40 stance, and its power is kind of down, can go down in either direction or forward in either direction. But it has some really kind of sharp angles, so it sits a little bit higher than earth, but it's a little more rigid, and that's mountain. Okay, and then we have heaven. Now heaven utilizes a leg upward, okay, with the toe pointing down, and it's the opposite leg that comes up as the power moves upward, right? So that's heaven. And there's also a version of heaven where you can lift the same leg as arm. So that's heaven as well. But it's energy moving upward. Okay. Then we have lake. Now lake is what they call empty stance. And so it's kind of like our cat stance in fire, right? But not as narrow. And we put more weight on the back leg. They're both bent, right? So that's a sinking stance, or they call it empty stance. The energy comes back, and so it's like an empty bowl, or the element is lake. So it's like water suspended, right? So it's this idea of sinking back, and it can also go to the side, one side or the other. Okay, and so that's lake. And let's see if we missed any of them. We got wind. So wind is another stance where we lift the knee, right? Crane stance. But we wrap to the side as we lift the knee. Okay, so wind. Wind has this energy of whatever's coming towards me, I'm kind of bending and flowing to the one side or the other, but I'm lifting a knee up. Okay? And so again, we have earth, we have fire, we have thunder, we have falling water, we have mountain, right? We have heaven, we have wind, right? And I don't think I missed any of them, and again, I made the other video showing how they connect. Okay, so it's basically, for the most part, it's thunder or gongbu, the stance gongbu, that kind of projects, and then each posture lets the energy kind of flow into earth, or whatever its namesake is, fire, wind, and then back to maybe thunder again, or lake, right, or heaven, or mountain. So again, thanks for joining me.